What is up, everybody? This is your boy AJ Trip, and welcome to the Game According to Me podcast for the month of June 2018. Once again, we're going to focus mainly here on WWE and the NBA Finals. We'll talk a little bit of baseball, and we'll get them out the way as the month of June. We seem to have the Astros and the Yankees separating themselves in the American League. The National League, however, seems like anybody can win it. The Cubs, the Dodgers, the Nationals, the Brewers are a very good team. So we've got some great stuff going on in baseball. And as a Cub fan, I am loving the way Javi Baez is playing, becoming the player that I know he can be, and he's just turned a fabulous double play. So way to go. Let's move on to basketball. As the NBA Finals were, and the Cleveland Cavaliers got swept. And this, I don't want to talk too much about this, but let's go ahead and let me just say this because I did a video on my YouTube channel, AJ Trip. Make sure you go ahead and check that out. For those of y'all listening on AJ Trip, you can just search for it. I did a video explaining why LeBron James can never ever be better than Michael Jordan, and the ridiculousness of people actually saying that is it is exactly what it is. It's ridiculous, and this again proved it. Um, Michael Jordan would have never, ever, in his prime, at his best, never ever would have gotten swept in the finals. And again, I would guarantee to say that Michael Jordan would never have lost the finals. Even if he was on this team, he would not have lost. He wouldn't have. He just wouldn't have. So let's stop all of the talk. Let's start the debate. The debate actually was probably over once LeBron James scored only 6 points in an NBA Finals game. The debate was probably over at by then, but there was still some time left for LeBron to do something, some other special things. But now he swept. It's over. There should be no debate, and anybody who says that LeBron James is better than Michael should really be beating the head with a baseball bat. So let's not even talk about that. As for the finals, once again, the Warriors I think did a great job sweeping the Cavaliers. Got a little help from J.R. Smith. There's no doubt about that. I have no idea what J.R. Smith was doing. But J.R. Smith, the Golden State Warriors, 3 out of 4 years, they are a dynasty, and I would like to see them continue on, as long as they don't face my Bulls. So I'm kind of hoping for some more from the Golden State Warriors. I'm sure that Kevin Durant will resign, and they'll keep going, and hopefully they'll go into the luxury tax and go over the luxury tax, and they'll pay for Clay and pay for Draymond Green and everything like that. And by the way, Klay Thompson is one of the most underrated players in this game. I mean, really, the defense that he has, the way he can shoot, it is just amazing. So, big props to Klay. Give him some credit that he deserves, without question. Um, as for the Cleveland Cavaliers, they had an unbelievable season. It is incredible, and and listen, we got to see what now goes. We got to see what now happens. Free agency opened last night, and I guess we can start to talk here. We've had some things. Paul George is staying in OKC. Chris Paul has signed an extension with the Rockets. I just read that on Twitter. Apparently, Boogie Cousins is staying in New Orleans. So I don't know. So right now, it seems to be, just the status quo. There was this one thing where Trevor Ariza signed like a $15 million contract with the Suns. I'm not sure necessarily what the Suns are doing and what or something like that, but it is what it is. Maybe they think that they can start the kind of like thing of the Philadelphia 76ers. Maybe they can do that, and maybe Trevor Ariza could be there. Uh, um, guy from Big JJ Redick, maybe their JJ Redick. So we'll have to wait and see. LeBron James, as of this recording, has still not um, figured out what he's going to do. I read that he's taking in Los Angeles. He's taking a meeting with the 76ers. So it does seem to be down that way. It does seem to be down to the Lakers, staying in Cleveland or being with the Sixers. Um, I think, me personally, I think if I was LeBron, I probably would have just stayed in Cleveland. I would have actually probably maybe opted in. But maybe he thought that there was something that could go down with Los Angeles, and now that Paul George is staying in OKC, and we'll have to see about the Kawhi Leonard rumors, he may be seriously considering other options. So we will have to wait and see. I'm sure we're going to find out some stuff in the new time. There has been some reports that it's not going to be as lengthy of a wait as it's been the last two times. He is going to immediately say when and where he is going to do his things. So we'll have to wait and see. So but it's going to be a fantastic next week or so. To see what does happen, to see about the trade. It's going to be pretty awesome to see if the Lakers and the Spurs can make a trade, or will the Spurs trade Kawhi into the East. So it is going to be very, very interesting. I expect next year for basketball to be very, very interesting in some sort, because no matter what happens, even if Kawhi stays in San Antonio, and even if LeBron stays in Cleveland, it's going to be very interesting because you're going to have Philadelphia coming up, being an up-and-coming team. You're going to have Boston getting their two biggest names back, see where they're going. So, and you never know who might step up. So this is going to be a fantastic off-season and going into the season for the NBA. So that's going to be very, very fun to watch, and I can't wait for it. Definitely, without question. So let's transfer into wrestling, and particularly the WWEs. I know New Japan had some stuff earlier in June. So, but I focus on WWE, and NXT Takeover Chicago was fantastic. I mean, without question, it was fantastic. It was. I had it as where there were 4 matches that were over 4. There were over 4.25 stars. 4 matches were over 4.25 stars, including we had 2 matches that were just barely almost 5-star matches with Dream and Ricochet. Dream came out as Hulk Hogan and being a parody of him or whatever. And then of course we had the Chicago Street Fight with Gargano and Ciampa. So it was fantastic. But and as we get to Money in the Bank, Money in the Bank, you always say that when you have a takeover next to the the main roster, the main roster cannot compare to NXT takeovers most of the time. But I think they were very, very good. I think Money in the Bank was a very good pay-per-view. Obviously there was some ups, some downs. Again, and I think once again Ronda Rousey has proven herself. I don't think Dave Meltzer said that she was never going to he wasn't going to do something. He wasn't going to not give Rousey the credit that she deserves. He was not going to take her out, take him out, take her out and just say that she can't, do that or whatever. Because, I think she kind of had Nia Jax's best match, on the main roster since Nia Jackson been called up, and it was just amazing. Her selling is incredible. And she just has like a natural feel for it. She just has it, and this is just really just it kind of just really just reasons why is that you really really wish that she would have stopped it. She would have joined WWE after her first loss. She would have joined WWE after her first loss. After her first loss, you know, I think she would have been a couple years younger, than she is right now. She's 34, and I'm not saying that. And listen, you can wrestle into your, you know, as we see with others, you can wrestle into your 50s. She's not gonna have a style that she can't do, into her 40s. She's always going to be the ground and pound type of person, and so she'll go high on sometimes like she did a body press, you know, in that match to Nia Jax, so she can always she'll go, but she's not gonna be one where she's going to be doing high risk situations where it can cost her you know years of her career. But she has stated in the past that she wants to have children, and I think as women get older, uh, there are more high risk pregnancies. So, um, so who knows when she's gonna stop now? Uh, you know, so I just wish she would have started younger, but she's still a um, fantastic um, part of the WWE, and as a fan, I'm glad that she is here, and I'm glad the way they're kind of doing her too. I think it is kind of made it really, really taking her time. Because she's not professionally trained or anything like that. There were some rumors that she did some training with Brian Kendrick um, for a few months, so there is that. But so far she's had two matches, and they're just been very, very good and very, very entertaining. So, that's without question. And I'm loving the way they're doing this thing with Alexa Bliss right now. So I can't wait to see where that goes far. Speaking of that, there was the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. There were two Money in the Bank matches. Alexa Bliss won. She cashed in. She clunked Ronda Rousey, which giving her Ronda Rousey the win, keeping her undefeated. But then she beat up Nia Jax. She cashed in, and she won the championship for the third time. Um, I believe that they did that for the fact that Ronda could have a true heel, to go against her at SummerSlam. So instead of not they had some heelish stuff with Nia, but I think they wanted to keep after it's in the WWE they turned people left and right, but it probably wasn't a smart decision to try and turn Nia Jax, so quickly. So, heel. So they keep Nia Jax's face, which is good. But she'll have a rematch at Extreme Rules. The men one was just, I have no idea what the hell they were doing. I really don't. Braun Strowman did not need the briefcase. They've been building Braun Strowman as a guy who, can beat anybody at any time. Why would he need a briefcase? So, I don't know. So, didn't make a lot of sense to me. But it was still a very, very good show. And can't wait to see where they're going right now. So, yes, absolutely. I want everybody to follow me on Twitch, ATrip20. Follow me on YouTube at AJ Trip. I have created another second channel. That is going to be my backup channel. I also stream games over there. It is my full legal name, Andre Triplet. You can make sure to check that out. Thank you everybody for listening. I will see you guys next month for the game according to me, month of July. I have no idea what we're talking about. Maybe the All-Star game and I guess Extreme Rules. So see you then.